This is a lot different than what I typically post. I'm actually kind of going back to like OG Rachel days, just taking it easy with some simple DIY fall decor for your front porch. Now, these are ones that I've shared throughout the years, and I'm not particularly proud of them, but I definitely want to still put it out there, give some inspiration. Maybe you'll take something else away from it. I don't like to necessarily buy decor each and every year and make it brand new. I like to repurpose and reuse where I can. So you will see there are these key pieces that I tend to reuse, because why do I need to spend money on that when I could spend it on other projects that I would like to do? I feel like there has been many themes, and I'm slowly but surely just growing into making a little bit more adult with a hint of Halloween instead of like going full-blown Halloween-y. Whoa, that was weird. I will list a playlist of all my Halloween things so that way you can see all these transformations in full. But basically, I've had an issue with each one. This one specifically being the pumpkins that were out front. They ended up rotting and attracting a bunch of bugs. This guy, the Oogie Boogie from Nightmare Before Christmas, ended up sticking completely to the window because it just ended up melting since I decided to tape it. All these ideas are super fun and cute, and I've linked them all for you down below, but quite frankly, I just wanted something that was easy to clean up, easy to put out, and easy to maintain. You're going to see that I have a ton of pumpkins on hand, and that is because 3 years ago I DIY'd a Halloween arch, and I just now use all of those pumpkins in a new way to still decorate, because, you know, I like to stack my paper where I can. Starting off to kind of figure out what I was going to be doing, I started to flip each pumpkin around, seeing what it would look like if I just wanted to show the side that didn't have the face in it, and then clean those guys off with some Lysol wipes. This is a one-step pumpkin from my macrame pumpkin DIY that I did back in 2016. I was going to reuse these. I'm not going to be lighting them up because trying to turn on all these fake candles not with a remote is such a first world problem, but it is also such a hassle. I wanted to use these guys for texture. And I am also reusing the skulls and bones that I've collected from the dollar store throughout the years. The newness that I have purchased are these stackable pumpkins from Home Depot alongside these like almost stone, they feel like. They're super heavy. They're only 30 bucks each, but these are from Home Goods. So I got a little trio just because they're so jumbo and cute and ginormous. Before we decorate, I wanted to show you how I DIY'd a pair of urns for less than like $40, I believe. When I was looking into urns for outdoors, they were pricing from like $100 to literally $500 for the height that I wanted. So I picked up some creams, beiges, and this stone texture spray paint from Rust-Oleum to see what I could do myself. I went to the garden section of Home Depot and looked for the largest, cheapest outdoor planter that I could find, and it ended up being this 16-inch. I picked up 4 of those because 2 are basically going to create one planter box, if that's what you want to call it. I think urn's not the right word. I spray painted the entire thing a beige. I didn't go too crazy, or I wasn't too concerned if the black was showing on the lip of the pot or the base that could be removable, because we're going to be covering that up with some macrame cord. After it dried, I went in with that stone texture, and I think I sprayed a little bit too much, but I was just having too much fun. It was my first time using it. Put the spray paint aside. I let that dry completely. You do not want this to be tacky to the touch whatsoever. If you have a cake frosting stand like I do on hand, it comes in handy for this portion. If not, you're just going to grab some hot glue and your choice of macrame cord or rope, totally your call, whatever you prefer. And I just cover that entire removable base of that pot with the cord and some hot glue. I repeated that same exact process to the lip of the pot, and then I repeated that another 6 times. This was so tedious, but I'm interested to see if you guys think it's worth it, because it is a cheap alternative. I placed the pot back into the base and then hot glued like a piece of rope around the base meeting the pot, just to make it look like one cohesive piece versus that you can actually detach it. I added some construction adhesive to the base of one pot and then rested another one on top of it, and I wasn't too sure how I was feeling about that shape just on its own, so I braided together some macrame cord of different textures, and I actually decided to wrap that around the middle, and I think that made it look a little bit better, maybe? I don't know, but I went through so much work that I decided just to decorate with these and see how I was feeling. Not only am I just decorating the outside and giving it a little bit of a facelift for the holidays, I am going to be upgrading my doorbell with Ring. They are sponsoring today's video. I partnered up with them because I've been using their products for 2 years and I'm a huge fan. I'll go more in depth about all that and my personal experience with this particular product and just in general in a little bit. I started by leaf blowing with my little mini leaf blower, and then I went in and I put out the rugs first. I like to double layer, not always, but I really do like the feel of it during fall especially. I bought the plaid mat from Amazon and the Hello one from Target. I lay the mats first so I know where I can space things from the door. I started using these Z Gallery lanterns that I've had for 6 years, and I implemented some moss and pumpkins into one and then added some bones to another one just to give that fall and freaky feel. And I like when you walk up to the house, you can't see any faces, but like when you're leaving, you'll see all the spooky faces kind of screaming and making, you know, just a new mood of leaving the house. I continue to just scatter pumpkins as I normally do each year until they kind of look aesthetically pleasing to me. I am also going to be using the signage that I made a couple years back. I'll link the tutorial for you like I've linked everything else. Come in and cozy up, and then the other one says welcome. It's like a little duo pair I made, and I just like that wood feel pulling it from the door into the actual decorating space of the front porch. Something that our front porch decor has never had before, whoa, that rhymed a lot, but is height, just height in decor. Everything was very low and just felt very crammed. So I wanted to implement different heights of different items, and holy moly, if you can hear Callie snoring in the background, that would be amazing. I brought out those DIY planters that we previously made. I still wasn't sure how I was feeling about them. To weigh them down, I decided to add 2 giant rocks from our front yard. Yes, my front yard has a ton of rocks. Let's not talk about it. I want to redo my landscaping. And then I went in with a brown paper bag because surprisingly enough, to hold like a little bushel of flowers, this can help as like a little leveling agent, if you will. You can just squish it down and put it right into place. Because these don't fill the pot completely, I went in with even more paper bags and just using that to kind of make it fit nice and snug. I then went in with the same kind of moss that I used to put underneath the pumpkins in the lantern around the edges to fill that space in. After I finished up decorating, you'll see the reveal in 2 seconds. I wanted to take my time to upgrade my doorbell to the Video Doorbell 2 by Ring. Now, this is priced at $199. The average install time is 5 minutes if you don't run into complications like I did, but again, I'll walk you through that. Like I said before, I have had Ring products for about 2 years now, and the doorbell is quite frankly my favorite thing. Number one reason I installed it was because 2 years ago we were traveling quite a bit, and it was just nice to know that our packages were coming in nice and safe, nobody was taking them, and that we had just like full access to make sure that nothing weird was happening while we were completely out of the country. The power source for the Video Doorbell 2 is a removable battery pack, so before you install this, it comes with a charger. Just make sure the battery is fully charged. The app walks you through the entire setup, and for me, my issue anytime I'm installing a Ring product, because we have a weird Wi-Fi situation at our house. I don't know if it's just like the layered Wi-Fi, I forget what it exactly, it's called mesh network. I always have to do like a reboot to the Ring products to connect it to my Wi-Fi. It just takes a second go, so it doesn't necessarily take 5 minutes, it might take 10 minutes to install. So if you run into a wireless connection or like a Wi-Fi connection issue, just do the reset and it should be able to connect with ease. This includes a satin nickel faceplate or a Venetian bronze. I went with the Venetian bronze. I just thought it went with our home more. If you are a subscriber of mine, you have a special offer on a Ring welcome kit that's available right now at ring.com/RachelMetz. I've included the link down below for you. It's typically $248, but you guys are going to grab it for $199. This kit includes the Ring Video Doorbell 2, which you see here, and a Chime app, which is just what you need to start building a ring of security around your home today. And you should throw on a couple of cameras because, not gonna lie, love those things. On top of loving this for when we travel and having an extra eye out, it does give this sense of security for me personally because I work from home, so I'm home for the majority of the day by myself. I can also aggressively check for packages that I've been anxiously awaiting, or even answer it to speak to the UPS driver that keeps saying that I need a signature when that package absolutely does not. I will link my other Ring product reviews because, as I said, I have been using the Ring products for 2 years now, so I'm really excited to be able to offer a little bit of a discount. Can you not?
Sorry.
So you guys can kickstart your Ring security system. Okay, back to the final reveal. I'm still not sure how I'm feeling about these DIY outdoor planners for less. After adding the final touches, I definitely like how everything's coming together and it's creating more of a moment versus just like, oh, here's some decor that I threw on my front door. I don't really know how I'm feeling about it. I still need to just kind of ease myself into it. Maybe the flowers weren't the way to go. Please leave your feedback down below how you're feeling about the DIY planners. What would you do differently? What would you add? What decor do you have that you're excited to put out this holiday season? Thank you so much to Ring for sponsoring today's video, and thank you guys for watching. We're back to room makeovers next week, and I have a lot of fun projects in the works. I know that this was a little bit of a laid-back tutorial. Hopefully it inspires one of you to decorate your front door or add home security. I have linked the special deal that we got going on with Ring down below, along with a playlist for the Halloween things and anything else that I mentioned DIY project in this tutorial. I will see you next week for another DIY.